Hello, hello, good people. How are you? I hope you're doing well wherever you're watching this from. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Out with Joy, and my name is Joy. So if you are new here, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back home. We love you. So guys, guess who we have here today? Hey, I am so happy to be bringing you on board the one and only Michael from Dhar Mann cast. We'll be hearing from him and we'll have a good time with him, I'm hoping, and we'll get to know a lot from him, maybe things that we don't already know. So, Michael, hi.
Hello, Joy.
How are you doing?
I'm so wonderful. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I am very good too. I am very happy to be able to do with you this right now.
I am, and I'm super happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Of course, of course. So, Michael, getting back to the business of the day, I would like for you to give a bit of an introduction of yourself, please.
Okay, my name is Michael Vaccaro, and I am an actor. I am originally from New York City. I was born and raised in New York City, and I have lived out here in Los Angeles for many years. I moved out here for work, mostly, but also I hate the cold. And so New York, of course, it's winter now in New York and it's freezing. And here in Los Angeles, it's warm and sunny and beautiful. So it's like living in paradise.
Oh, that's a beautiful name.
Thank you very much. It's Sicilian. My mother, my parents are Italian, and originally from Sicily and Calabria.
Wow. Okay, so Michael, would you mind telling us how old you are?
Cut. Let's see. Yes, no, I don't mind. I am actually 57 years old.
Wow. Very good looking for your age.
Thank you very much. I've not had any plastic surgery or anything. My mother gave me very good skin.
Indeed, I agree. So, Michael.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
You're welcome. Are you single, married, dating?
I am single. I am single. If you want to set me up with somebody, I'm here. I'm available.
No way. You guys, did you hear that? He is single and ready to mingle.
That's right. You have to do just send me a DM on Instagram, all you people out there, and maybe we'll start dating.
I would advise that too. So, Michael, tell us a little bit about your childhood, or what was it like for you growing up?
Well, again, like I said, I grew up in New York City, which I think I've traveled all over the world, and I still think New York City is the greatest city in the world. I think everybody should go to New York to visit. I also think people should go and live in New York. Everybody should go and live in New York once in their life, like maybe for a year or something like that. New York is filled with amazing people and fantastic energy and wonderful culture. And I grew up as I was a child actor. So I got to experience, so I started working when I was very young. So I got to experience being in the theater and working on television and working in film. And so it was a very exciting and very rich and very cultural upbringing. It's, again, New York City is the greatest city in the world. Yeah.
So you want to welcome us all to New York City? Will you fit there?
Yes. Yes, you should all come to New York City. And again, I think everybody should experience New York City at least once in their lives. There's so much to do. Every single day is filled with possibility and opportunity, which for me was, it was great growing up there because there was so much available to me, so much at my fingertips. I was able to meet wonderful people and be inspired, constantly inspired.
So you said you started acting at a very young age. Would you mind telling us how old that was when you started acting?
Oh, I mean, by the time I was 8 years old, I probably started working as a child actor, and my mother was very generous and very supportive and got me I don't know where it came from. I don't know where the inspiration came from. Maybe from the universe, from God. I don't know. Nobody else in my family was in show business. So, but very, very early on, my mother got me singing lessons and dancing lessons and acting lessons and piano and guitar and all of that stuff. And I started going out on auditions and I started getting work about 8 years old. By the time I was a teenager, I was a professional working actor, and I went to the High School of Music and Art in New York City, which is a performing arts high school. From Fame, the movie Fame, it's that high school, and so I was working all the time as a kid in New York, mostly theater.
Wow, that must have been really interesting for you.
It was, again, yes, it was a fantastic young life filled with inspiration and opportunity and culture. And I got to spend my days, singing and dancing and working on plays and drama and all that stuff. Yeah. Wow. What could be better?
Yeah. What could be better? What did you study in college?
I actually never went to college. After I finished high school, I graduated high school, and then I decided that I was, because I had been a working actor already, I decided that I was ready to go out into the world and sort of, just go to work. And so I left high school. I mean, I finished high school, and then I stayed in New York for another few years after high school, and then I moved out to Los Angeles, because Los Angeles is where most of the film and TV is. Yeah.
So have you been to any other parts of the world apart from the US?
Oh my gosh, yes, I've traveled all over. I have never been to Kenya. So I'm waiting for an invitation.
And there it is.
There it is, people. So I've never been to any of the countries in Africa. Unfortunately, it's a continent that I have never been to. However, I've been all over Europe. Of course, I've been to Italy, all over the country of Italy, and I've been to England and France, and Turkey is one of my favorite places. Istanbul is an amazing city. I've been to Asia. I've been to Vietnam and China and South Korea and Mexico and Canada, all over the place. I love to travel. I could probably spend my entire life just sort of traveling all over the world. I love meeting people. I love finding out about different cultures. I love to eat because I'm Italian and we eat. And so what I like to do most when I go to places is I like to do the cultural stuff, of course, the museums and all that stuff. But really, I mostly like to meet people, and I like to eat. And really, I want to go on an eating tour of the world, basically.
Oh, you mentioned eating so fast. I mean, so many times. I think I should have come with some food here.
You should have. That would have been amazing. At least I could look at it. Yes.
Okay. It's too bad. I just couldn't fly it over to Los Angeles right now.
It is too bad, but maybe you can pack it up in ice and just mail it. That would be great. I'll be waiting.
Oh, okay. We'll try and do that sometime.
All right, great. Thank you.
You said you started acting at the age of 88. Is that right?
That is correct. Yes, I was very young, but I had a group of friends. We all sort of came up together in New York City, who were all acting kids who were actors, and we did again a lot of theater, some TV, some film work. Yeah. Okay.
So, how did you know that acting is what you wanted to pursue, like, for your life?
I don't know how to answer that question. I said this just a few moments ago. I don't know where the inspiration came from. It was just something that I was always aware of. I knew from the earliest memories that I have that I just wanted to be a performer. I loved singing when I was a kid, and I loved dancing. And like I said, my mother sent me to, I told my mother I wanted to sing and dance. So she sent me to class, and I learned all that stuff. And I took piano lessons and guitar lessons, and in school, when I was very young in elementary school, I was always in all the school shows and stuff like that. So honestly, I don't know where it came from. It was maybe heaven sent. I don't know. It was inspiration from God. Who knows? But for me, it has been an incredibly wonderful life and filled with joy.
Wow, that's so amazing. So do you have any other things that you do apart from acting?
Apart from acting and eating, I don't have any other professional things. I mean, I write. I'm a writer. I've written some screenplays. I have a television series that maybe if you go on to Amazon Prime, you can find it there. It's called Child of the 70s. It's a comedy. We did 5 seasons of it, and I wrote it.
Wow.
And produced it, and I star in it with many other wonderful actors. It's called Child of the 70s, and if you have Amazon, and maybe you can go on Amazon and find it. So I do a lot of writing.
Wow.
Other than that, I mean, that's really what I do. My profession is acting, and I've directed some stuff. I've directed some theater. I directed some episodes of the TV show that's on Amazon. But yeah, that's what I do.
Wow, that's so great. So when and how did you meet Dhar Mann?
Let's see. I started working for Dhar Mann Studios, I would say this is we are at the end of 2021. So I want to say it's been maybe about a year and a half now. I think something like that. I think I just how did it happen? I think I just went on. I just was asked to audition for one of their videos, and I auditioned and I got the part, and I started working for them, and very quickly I became known as the really horrible guy. I sort of kept doing the same kind of part in their different videos, and then it just kind of progressed, and it became more and more and more, and I was doing them quite a lot. And I think the response was really good. I think people really respond. I mean, people really responded in a negative way. Of course. I got, I started getting really just horrible DMs from people all over the world. Why are you so awful? Why are you so terrible? But at the same time, people seem to really like it. People seem to really like that character, and people seem to really think it was funny and interesting. And so Dhar they kept calling me back. I actually didn't meet the actual Dhar Mann until quite a few. I had already done quite a few videos before I actually met him in person. And then I met him, and he's great. And then I've been working there for about a year, like I said, a year and a half now, maybe even longer than that. In fact, and they just had their first big movie premiere. They just Dhar Mann Studios just did their first full-length feature film, and if you look online on YouTube, you can see the behind-the-scenes video that they shot. This was just a couple of weeks ago, and so they really, Dhar Mann Studios has really become this gigantic, huge thing now.
I know.
Billions and billions of views all over the world.
Yes. So we all love them, and I mean, the videos are so amazing, and every cast, I know you guys are so great. So
I love doing them. I love all the people that I work with. Dhar is great. All the directors there, all the other actors, some of the other actors who I've worked with have become dear friends, which is always great. It's always great to be able to go on set and know that you're going to have a good time, and it's going to feel like a family, and everybody's going to be supportive and generous. It doesn't happen like that all the time, unfortunately. But every time that I have gone and worked there with Dhar Mann, it's been like that. It's been a wonderful experience that I hope will continue.
Wow. So which was your first video of with Dhar Mann Studios, and what was it about?
Okay, so I'm pretty sure the first one I did was again, immediately they put me in that role of the angry old guy. So I think the first one I did was I was a guy who it was a video about a woman who whose baby was crying. The baby kept crying, and of course I was totally annoyed by this baby crying, and got angry at her for not shutting up the baby. And then of course some very kind, generous person comes and helps her, and helps her calm the baby down and all of that stuff. That was the very first one I did. Um, and then I think the second one I did, which became one of the most popular ones I did, was where I was the owner of a modeling agency, and I did some horrible things to some models who, I'll just say, did not look like typical models.
Uh-huh.
And of course, I learned my lesson because the client then fired me at the end of the video.
Yeah. I think I've
That and
watched
that was
those.
the second one I did, and that became the one of the most popular ones I did. Yeah.
Wow. Which video did you love working on most?
I don't know if you remember all of the ones that I've done, but
Uh-huh.
the one that I had the most fun working on, and the one that I enjoy watching the most, is where I'm the owner of a club,
Uh-huh.
and a TikTok um, star tries to get into the club, and I throw her out.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that one, but
Yeah.
that was absolutely the one I had the most fun on. It was so much fun. It was just days of hilarious, nonstop fun. And that, I believe, was the first behind the scenes video that I did.
Uh-huh.
Around that time, Dar started doing behind the scenes video, and there's a guy named Tyler who films and directs all of the behind the scenes videos.
Uh-huh.
And that was, I believe, the first behind the scenes video I did, and it was so fun. I love that video.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah.
I don't actually know which is my best video of you because all your videos are just so amazing. I mean, with the thought of you are just acting, they are amazing. But with the thought of that is who you are, I mean, they are, oh my God, no.
It's a little difficult for me because I mean, people see these things, and sometimes people around the world don't really understand that I'm acting, and they
True.
think, oh my God, why is he such a terrible person? But I'm not. I'm a nice guy. Um, one of the last videos I did recently was I played a racist guy um, who didn't. Again, it was a modeling agency, and I owned a modeling agency, and I didn't want any dark-skinned models.
Uh-huh.
That was really a tough one to film for me. It made me very uncomfortable, but I guess that was the point.
Yeah.
That's the point. We want to show these things, and we want to show how awful it is, and how awful people can be, and how wrong it is.
Yeah.
And so, um, yeah, so sometimes it's really difficult to film these things because sometimes I play such awful characters, but I'm an actor, and that's what I do, and I love being
True.
an actor. Uh, I love shooting these videos with them. So
So have you never acted any video of Dhar Mann when you are a good guy?
never,
That's so bad.
not once, not once. Um, there was one video where I leave my wife for a younger woman, but
Uh-huh.
then I think like a year or two later, the younger woman leaves me, and I end up a hopeless alcoholic, and
Uh-huh.
I go begging my wife for forgiveness, and of course she kicks me to the curb. That was probably the nicest I've ever been.
Oh. And of course, at the end of every video, you learn a lesson, so you are a good guy at that time. So
I always learn a lesson. I usually get fired. Yeah.
hey, they are very good. You guys should go ahead and watch his videos. They're just amazing and so much fun to watch. So
Well, thank you.
I think the question that I'm about to ask you, you've already answered it because it's about are there people that think you are a racist?
Yes.
You've told me that you've received hate speech about
Yes.
your character in Dhar Mann. Does that affect you in any way?
Absolutely. Well, especially in the beginning, when I first started getting messages from people all over the world, I was so hurt because you know, I try to respond to everybody. I always try to respond and say, listen, I'm really happy that that you watched the video, and I'm glad that you support Dhar Mann and his cause and all that stuff. But, I just want you to know that, that I'm just an actor and this is just a job for me.
Yeah.
And it really, it upset me that people were taking it so seriously, or that people were so angry at me. But then after a while, I realized, I guess one of the things that I realized, and I hope this is okay to say, that I felt like I was doing a good job playing that character. And so if people in the real world saw these videos and just hated me so much, I tried to then think of it in terms of like, okay, I'm doing a good job. I'm doing what they've asked me to do, and people are responding to it, and that's my job. So I try now to take it not so personally. And then after a while, actually, I started getting messages from people around the world saying things like, "Oh my God, I hate you so much.
Yeah.
You're such a good actor." But so that obviously made it better for me, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry about the hate speech and all. But we all don't get the same, thing, and we don't all respond to things the way it's normally is supposed to be, because I mean, you're playing a character of the reality of life, but people see it in different ways.
Right.
Anyway, I'm sorry about that. Guys, this guy is a good guy. You should go follow him up. Come on. He's a good guy, and watch his videos. They're very amazing.
Thank you.
How would you describe your experience in acting?
Oh gosh. I think I sort of said this earlier, but there's nothing better. There's nothing better. I love being an actor. I love what I do. I love theater, and I love film, and I love television. I love exploring different characters. I love working with other actors and other creative people. When I'm not actually working, I love going to the movies. I love watching television. I love going to the theater and watching plays and watching musicals. I'm very excited about seeing the new West Side Story. I think it's a great way to live. It's very unpredictable. It's never the same from day to day. So it's sort of like a roller coaster. Sometimes you're doing really well, and then sometimes I go months and months and months with no work, and then it gets terrifying. You think, what am I going to do? How am I going to pay my bills? All that stuff. But even when it's like that, even when I'm on a downward spiral and filled with anxiety, I still wouldn't choose anything else. It is I feel like I am inspired on a daily basis by people, by things that I read, by plays that I see, by movies that I see, by conversations that I have with other actors and directors and creatives. And so, and you have people around you. This has been my experience, and it is the experience of every actor I know. You have people around you who constantly tell you to stop. You cannot do this. You cannot do this. Go get a job. Go pay your bills. Go be a responsible adult. Stop this. It's just dreaming. And for whatever reason, I've been blessed with being resilient, and just knowing that I was never going to give up. And it's been and you get rewarded. I think you get rewarded for hard work and perseverance. And so if I were giving advice to anybody else, to any young actor out there, is just to never give up. Don't listen to people. Just follow your heart, follow your instincts, follow your dream, and just don't ever give up. It's so important.
Yeah. Have you appeared in any other videos apart from Dhar Mann videos?
Oh gosh, yes, I've done tons of, if you go on IMDb, which is the Internet Movie Database, I have a whole list of credits, tons of movies that I've been in, other television shows. Again, like I said, I've done tons and tons of theater. When I grew up in New York City, I did pretty much mostly theater. And then I traveled all over the United States of America doing theater and stuff like that. Again, I have 5 seasons of a television comedy series on Amazon called Child of the 70s. And I can tell you, I have a couple of films coming out in early 2022. One movie
Wow.
is it's a science fiction film called The Other Side of Infinity.
Uh-huh.
And then I have a horror movie coming out. I'm in a horror movie called The True Blue Ripper. Both of
Uh-huh.
those are coming out early 2022. And I just booked a TV series here in Los Angeles that starts production in early next year. It's called As Love Goes,
Uh-huh.
and excited about that. No, I work all the time. I have been very, very, very lucky.
Wow, that's so good to hear. And I can't wait to watch all those videos and movies in 2022. I hope God gets us there.
I hope we'll get there. We'll
Yeah,
get
we
there.
will. We will.
Have have faith.
Yeah, we will. What are some of the lessons that you have learned in your acting career?
Well, again, you know what? I think I just said all of this, but I'll say it again. The most important lesson that I have ever learned is to trust myself, trust my instincts, be resilient, don't give up. There are going to be hard times, but even in hard times, there's always inspiration to be found if you look for it. Always move forward, just constantly move forward, be open to change, be willing to grow and evolve, and be willing to learn. That's super important. Be willing to learn. People, everybody you meet, every single person, Joy, you, I get to sit here for 20 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever it is, and I get to learn something from you. From
Yeah.
every person I meet, I get inspired, and I get to learn something. And inspiration and learning and changing and growing, all of that, to me, is what makes life great, is what makes life fascinating. If we stop growing, if we stop learning, and if we stop evolving, then we die. So that is what I have been able to learn, that no matter what happens, keep moving forward, stay grounded, and find inspiration wherever you are, because it's everywhere.
Assuming you weren't an actor and there is no way you would have been an actor, who would you
Yeah.
be?
That's an interesting question. I don't, it's so out of the realm of possibility that I would do anything else. But I guess teaching, I probably would. I think I would have made a good teacher, because I still, even at 57 years old, having done this my entire life, I still go to class, which I
Uh-huh.
think is very important, because again, I love to continue to learn.
Yeah.
So I think teaching probably would have been where I might have landed had I not been an actor. Yeah.
Do you guys think that Michael would have made a good teacher? Okay, write a comment down below and tell us if you really think this would have made a very good teacher. Because I
Okay.
doubt that. Personally, I doubt you would have made a good teacher. I think acting is meant for you.
I think I was meant to be an actor for sure. Yes.
Yeah. What would you say is your greatest achievement in life so far?
Okay. So I am going to answer that question by saying, I could probably point to, some acting jobs that I've had, and, that have been incredibly rewarding for me, and that would be great. But I think the real answer to that is the relationships that I've had with people throughout my life, the friendships that I've had. That to me, human connection, as I get older, is becomes more and more important.
Mhm.
And the very long lasting, deep, wonderful friendships that I have, I'm very proud that I have been able to cultivate that in life. um, I have friends. I have an actress friend who we met when I was 13 years old, and she is still my dearest friend in the world.
Mhm.
um, and I can look at that friendship, I can look at that relationship, for instance, and say that has been a tremendous achievement in my life, that I have been able to establish a deep connection with other human beings, who I love. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. Makes a lot of sense. So I know you said this earlier, but what advice would you give to an aspiring actor or actress that's looking up to you?
Well, again, yeah, like I said earlier, never give up. Never give up. Just keep moving forward. And also, I think, I talk to young actors a lot about this. Training. I think training is really important. I did a film when I was I believe I was in my early 20s. I did a film with an actor named Dustin Hoffman, very famous actor, Oscar-winning actor. And it was one of my first film roles. And here he was, this gigantic movie star. And I was on set with him working on a couple of scenes for about a week. And he took a tremendous amount of time. We talked the whole time. And all he wanted to talk about was acting and training. He kept asking me, where do you study? Who are you studying with? What scenes are you working on? What plays are you working on? Stuff like that. And he didn't have to take the time to sit and talk to like a 20-year-old, but he did, because he was fascinated by and wanted to encourage the idea of training, actors training. And so I feel the same way. I think training is really important. Going to class, studying plays, studying the classics, studying Shakespeare, working on scenes with other actors, networking and meeting other people and getting ideas, exchanging ideas back and forth. That would be my advice to somebody, to stay in class, to keep training, to keep working, even if you're not actually working, meaning like working on a project where you're getting paid a lot of money. To stay in class and to keep working and to keep reading scripts and to keep reading books and to, and just be a sponge and take it all in. And that's how we create a life. And that would be my advice.
The last question before we close this. So when you're acting with Dhar Mann, it appears that you are mostly a director or a producer. So have you in real life been a director or a producer?
Yeah, I mean, this show that I did on Amazon, it's called Child of the 70s, and I produced it for 5 seasons, and I directed a couple of the episodes, and I have directed some theater in New York, and I absolutely look forward to producing and directing more. I think, yeah, it's a great, fun, fascinating part of the industry that I'm in, that I absolutely want to do more of, for sure.
Sorry, I'm gonna have another last question.
Oh, please go right ahead.
Would you happen to know how many videos of Dhar Mann you've appeared in?
I don't, but I'm going to say it's probably between 15 and 20.
That's good.
I mean, there are some of the actors there, I'm sure who have, who have done like 100 of them. In fact, we were at this movie premiere recently, a couple of weeks ago, and there were at least 10 or maybe even 20 other actors there who have done many more videos than I have. Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow, but that's a good number. Actually, we're looking forward to seeing you in many more videos.
I hope so. We'll see. Who knows? I never know, but hope
you
so.
are a fun actor, I tell you.
Thank you.
As we wind up, I would like for you to take a minute to talk to your fans all over the world and tell them anything you think they would like to hear from you. And then give them your social media handles where they would follow you. And as you wish them a very Merry Christmas and prosperous new 2022.
Yes. Okay. Of course, I can do all of that stuff. Again, like everything I said about, constantly finding inspiration, I think is the most important thing that I'm going to leave everybody with today. You can definitely find me all over social media. Of course, on Instagram, it's at Michael Vaccaro, and it's spelled MICHAEL VACCARO. Wow. And of course, I'm on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook. I'm also on Twitter, and I have a YouTube channel of my own as well. So you can find me all over, and DM me anytime you want, or leave comments and let me know what you're thinking, or say hi. And yeah, you know what? We've been through a lot these last couple of years with COVID, and so stay strong, stay safe. Everybody. I'm planning on doing this myself, and I'm telling all of you, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful holiday season wherever you are in the world, whatever you celebrate. Love is love, and just love all your friends and your family, and support people as much as you can. And that's what I'm going to leave you all with.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, anyway, guys, that's just about it. We've had Michael with us for a video. You go, guys, follow him on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and subscribe to his YouTube channel. I'll put the link on the description below the video so that you can go subscribe to his YouTube channel, and remember to follow him. He is a good guy, guys. You guys go follow him. He's a really good guy. You don't have to judge him because of the way he acts on Dhar Mann videos. He's really a good guy. I think you can tell from this video. Anyway, guys, that's just it, and we are going to end the video just here. And I would like for you to comment down below with the name of any other actor or actress or someone that you would want to appear on our videos on the next video. So this is just it. We are closing it here. Thank you for keeping it locked. This is Out with Joy, and my name is Joy. Bye. See you guys.